Welcome back. Today we will talk about the United Nations Organization, and in the whole lecture I will cover every detail regarding the historical part, okay, the recent appointments, and this is the updated material till 2020, okay. So without wasting the time, let's directly get into the United Nation. Let me tell you that I will be using both Hindi as well as the English languages, okay. Now see, first of all, what is the objective of the UNO? ठीक है. So aim and the objective of the United Nation organization is world peace. This is very important, okay. Now when we talk about the introductory part or the historic part, there are certain keywords which will come in our mind: the League of Nation, First World War, Second World War. So these terminologies will be definitely coming in our mind, and we have to talk about these events so that we can better understand the genesis of the United Nation organization. See, the First World War, the period, the timeline, 1914 to 1918 is given, and the Second World War, 1939 to 1945. So these two periods, these relevant timeline or the periods are very important for understanding the development of this organization, that is United Nations, okay. Now we are getting into the United Nation is an international organization founded in 1945. It is currently made up of 193 member states, okay. जब यूनाइटेड नेशंस स्टार्टिंग में जब बना था, वेरी स्टार्टिंग में, तो देयर वर 51 मेंबर्स, ओके, एंड 51 मेंबर्स एंड 51th वाज पोलैंड, ओके. बट over a period of time, several countries joined the United Nations, and till today, means the South Sudan was the 193rd, okay, member state, and till now we have total number of membership is 193. So 193 countries or the member states are here, okay. So you must know this. We are going to the mission or the purpose. So its mission and the work guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter and the implemented by its various organ and specialized agencies. देखिए, एक UN charter है, really UN charter, and there are several number of articles in that, and specifically I have discussed this part in the when I discussed the UN charter. So you can check the playlist, from there you can understand the relevant articles in that, okay. So you can learn deeply those important articles from that video, okay. In the present video I'm just mentioning that a UN charter is also very important. Now there are specialized agencies and various organs, okay. 6 organs are there, but we will discuss when we go further into the subject. We will into the lecture, then we will understand everything. Now its activities includes maintaining international peace, okay, and security, protecting human rights, delivering humanitarian aid, promoting sustainable development and uploading international laws. तो क्या क्या एक्टिविटीज़ हैं देखिए. मेंटेनिंग इंटरनेशनल पीस जो कि मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है. सिक्योरिटी, ओके, प्रोटेक्टिंग ह्यूमन राइट, ऑब्वियसली ह्यूमन राइट वॉयलेशन इट शुड नॉट बी देयर, नहीं होना चाहिए. और वार क्राइम्स के दौरान आपने देखा होगा, जब आपने इंटरनेशनल लॉ अगर आप शायद पढ़ा हो तो आपको पता होगा देयर वर सो मेनी वार क्राइम्स एंड वॉयलेशन ऑफ द ह्यूमन राइट्स वर देयर, जिसके लिए टोक्यो ट्राइब्यूनल, नंबर ट्राइब्यूनल्स और ये जो मिलिट्री ट्राइब्यूनल्स बनाए गए थे फॉर द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द generals of the military generals of these countries like Japan, okay, Germany's and all. So they were executed. So human right is a main concern. Human right, prevention of the human right is the main concern of the United Nations. That is the international peace is the main important part. And it also promote the sustainable development. See, sustainable development, what do you mean by the sustainable development? Sustainable development means the development for our that kind of development which results into the upliftment or the development of our future generation. आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए ऐसा कोई डेवलपमेंट हम करें जिससे हमारे आने वाले जो जनरेशन है उनके लिए रिसोर्सेस हम प्रिजर्व रख पाएँ और उनको फर्दर जो है जैसे जैसे हमारी नई जनरेशन आ सके हमें उन्हें कुछ देना है, ठीक है. तो दैट सस्टेनेबल डेवलप होना चाहिए. दैट मीन्स द कंजर्वेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज इज द मेन आइडियोलॉजी, ठीक है. सो अपहोल्डिंग द इंटरनेशनल लॉ, ऑब्वियसली इंटरनेशनल लॉ को अपहोल्ड करना, उसको केयर करना, दैट इज ऑल्सो द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव, अनदर मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव. नाउ वी गो डायरेक्टली टू द हिस्ट्री ऑफ द यूनाइटेड नेशंस foundation. We are talking about the foundation of the UN. See, now we are getting, we are starting from 1899. The International Peace Conference was held in the Hague. This is called Hague Conference, very important, and to elaborate the instruments for the settling crisis peacefully and preventing the war and the codifying rules for warfare. So there are so many war crimes, obviously we know. So in 1899 एक इंटरनेशनल पीस कॉन्फ्रेंस किया गया था जो हेग में हुआ था, और वहाँ पर एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट मतलब ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट जो राइट्स और लाइबिलिटीज़ को डिक्लेयर करता है, राइट्स और लाइबिलिटीज़ को बताता है बिटवीन द टू पार्टीज़. ठीक है, और ठीक है, सो ये पार्टीज़ का मतलब क्या हुआ, ऑब्वियसली कंट्रीज विल कम, मेंबर कंट्रीज विल कम एंड दे विल साइन दीज काइंड ऑफ and they settle their issues. So this was in year 1899, the International Peace Conference of Hague, the very first. Okay, now it adopted the convention for the Pacific settlement of international dispute. Now the Pacific settlement of the international dispute, okay, another very important point, and established a permanent court of arbitration which began to work in 1902. 1902 में एक परमानेंट कोर्ट ऑफ आर्बिट्रेशन का गठन किया गया, ये आफ्टर हेग कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद है. ठीक है, द कोर्ट वाज द फोर दिस कोर्ट वाज द फोर रनर ऑफ द यूएन इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस, जो हम आईसीजे हम कहते हैं. अगर आपसे कोई पूछे कि हु वाज द और विच कोर्ट was the forerunner of the UN International Court of Justice, so which court? So you have to mention the Permanent Court of Arbitration which was established in year 1902 में जो establish की गई थी. Are you getting my points? So please mention in the comment box. If things are not clear, I can make it clear later on. Now the forerunner of the United Nation was League of Nations. So now when you are asked the forerunner of the UN, so what you will mention, as I have said in the very beginning, the League of Nations. So an organization conceived in the circumstances of the First World War and established in 1919 under the Treaty of Versailles. ठीक है, तो Treaty of Versailles जब First World War the First World War आपका हुआ, उसके बाद देखिए 1919 में एक ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्साइल की गई थी, और इसका मकसद, इसका ऑब्जेक्ट था टू प्रमोट इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन एंड टू अचीव पीस एंड सिक्योरिटी. ओके, यू मस्ट कीप इन द माइंड दैट आफ्टर डायरेक्टली व्हाट इवेंट, तो फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार को के बाद 1919 में जब 1919 में ये इस्टेब्लिश किया गया था. ठीक है, तो यानी 1914 से लेके पूरा 1919 तक क्या रहा, क्राइसिस की सिचुएशन बनी रही, वर्ल्ड वार हुआ. उसके बाद 1919 में ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्साइल्स में ये आपका मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन को हमें और पीस और सिक्योरिटी को हमें प्रमोट करना है. देन वी केम टू द इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच वाज क्रिएटेड इन 1909. अगर आपसे कोई पूछता है इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तो ओल्डेस्ट आपको अगर आपकी बात की जाए आईएलओ, तो आपको 1919 आपको याद रखना होगा, अंडर द ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्साइल्स. ठीक है, इसको देख लीजिएगा, मेरा प्रोनाउंसिएशन थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं है, तो मे बी कि मैं गलत प्रोनाउंस कर दूं, लेकिन आपको याद रखना होगा. ठीक है, कुछ बातें आगे चलते हैं. एंड ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्साइल्स एज एन अफिलिएटेड एजेंसी ऑफ द लीग. ठीक है, now the name United Nation coined by the United States President, देख लेना पड़ेगा, ये शायद ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेलिस है या वर्सेलिस है, आई सपोज इट इज़ अ ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेलिस. सो वर्सेलिस, इट इज़ अ ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेलिस. मैं थोड़ा मिस प्रोनाउंस कर रहा था इसको, प्लीज़ पार्डन मी. इट्स ए ट्रीटी ऑफ वर्सेलिस. ओके, सो द नेम ऑफ द यूनाइटेड नेशन coined by the United States, that is the President Franklin D. Roosevelt. ठीक है, and a document called the Declaration by the United Nations was signed in 1942 by the 26 nations, pledging their government to continue fighting together against the Axis power, Rome, Berlin, Tokyo Axis, and bound them against making a separate peace. So first of all, another question which are asked in your exam are who coined the name, that is the United Nations. So you must know that the Franklin D, the then President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Okay, and a document called the Declaration of the United Nations was signed in year 1942 by 26 nations. So these are key pointers, word should be there in your mind. Now United Nations Conference on the International Organization 1945 कॉन्फ्रेंस हेल्ड इन दी सैन फ्रांसिस्को, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। ठीक है, ये आपको याद रखना है, ये भी क्वेश्चन आता है। यूनाइटेड नेशन कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑन द इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 1945, which is also called the San Francisco Organization Conference, San Francisco Conference, and was attended by representative of 50 countries। ये 50 कंट्रियों ने इसमें क्या किया, अटेंड किया, भाग लिया। एंड साइन द यूएन चार्टर। देखिए यहाँ से आपका यूएन चार्टर की जब भी बात होगी, आप देखेंगे आपके एग्जाम में सैन फ्रांसिस्को कॉन्फ्रेंस ज़रूर पूछा जाएगा रिगार्डिंग द यूएन चार्टर। नाउ द यूएन चार्टर ऑफ 1945 इज द फाउंडेशनल ट्रीटी ऑफ यूनाइटेड नेशन एज एन इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। सो यू जस्ट कीप इट इन द माइंड। Now, if whenever some question is asking, somebody is asking you the foundation of the United Nations Organization, so date you must know, that is 24 October 1945, that is 24th October 1945. This is the most important and asked question in the exam. Okay, again I am repeating, 24th October 1945. Now the headquarter of the UNO, obviously New York, United States of America. इन द स्टार्टिंग नंबर्स कंट्रीज कितने थे, 51 थे। 51st जो थी पोलैंड था, जो मैंने लास्ट कंट्री पहले स्टार्टिंग में बिगनिंग में आपको बताया। टिल 2020 टोटल नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स कितने हुए हैं, हो गए हैं 193। 193rd साउथ सुडान है, अफ्रीका। आई हैड ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन दिस पार्ट। द फादर ऑफ द यूएनओ फ्रैंकलिन डी रूजवेल्ट, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। द फाउंडर कंट्रीज 3 हैं आपका। देखिए, एक तो रूजवेल्ट है यूएसए, दैट इज यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। रशिया स्टेलिन है, एंड ब्रिटेन के चर्चिल हैं। ठीक है, दीज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स। Now, Indian membership. When India became the member of the UN. See, on 30th October 1945, India became a member of the UNO. But the question in your exam will come regarding the officially when India became the member of UNO. So, obviously after the freedom. So, in year 1947, India officially became the member of the United Nations Organization. Okay, you इसे याद रखना होगा आपको। 30 अक्टूबर 1945 भी याद रखिए, बट ऑफिशियली ये 1947 में आप ऑफिशियली डिक्लेयर किया था कि हम मेंबर ऑफ यूएनओ हैं। ठीक है, आगे चलें। हाउ मेनी लैंग्वेजेस ऑफ यूएन आर देयर। सो देखिए, यूनाइटेड नेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में 6 लैंग्वेजेस होती हैं। इसे याद करने के लिए आप या ऐसे याद कर सकते हैं, फैक्ट्रिस याद कर सकते हैं, FACRES, फैक्ट्रिस। कैसे याद करेंगे, फ्रेंच, A फॉर अरेबिक, C फॉर चाइनीज, R फॉर रशिया, E फॉर इंग्लिश, एंड S फॉर स्पेनिश। सो देयर आर 6 लैंग्वेजेस, दीज आर ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस। ओके, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, फैक्ट्रिस। Now we are talking about how many working languages are there. So obviously in day-to-day matter, English and French both probably are the 2 working languages. So working languages, it might come, so you must know that these are 2 languages. This is working languages. Now the India Honorable Prime Minister to UN. See, the first Indian Honorable Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee lectured in Hindi in the United Nations Organization in 1977. is a most prestigious for the India. Okay, and this was the first time the Honorable Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, lectured in Hindi. Okay, so very important thing. ठीक है, Hindi language. And second, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji lectured in Hindi in United Nations Organization in year 2014. So these are the 2 Honorable Prime Minister of India. Very important part. Now going to the next the questions. How many parts of United Nations are there? See, there are 6 parts and main organs of the United Nations, as we can discuss, mentioned here. General Assembly first, second Security Council, the Economy and the Social Council third, the Trustship Council fourth, fifth the International Court of Justice, and the 6th the UN Secretariat. Very important, very very important part. Okay, okay. Note the International Court, foundation of the International Court in year 1946. International Court we are talking about. Now International Court, Hague, Netherlands. There are 2 type of International Court, and it can see both criminal as well as civil cases. दोनों civil cases भी देखते हैं और English cases भी, criminal and civil दोनों cases देखते हैं। और जो justice appointed होते हैं, the period, maximum period or the tenure is of 9 years. Justice time period is 9 years, and 1/3 of justice changes after 3 years. This is very important. Okay, 1/3 changes after 3 years, and 9 is the maximum period for which they can be the justice. Okay, now next question, the honorable Indian judges to the United Nations Organization. So honorable Indian judges, first Indian judges we are talking about, honorable Indian judges. First, Honorable Justice B.N. Rao, Honorable Justice Nagjender Singh, Honorable Justice Raghunandan Sarup Pathak, and Honorable Justice जो present है, that is Dalveer Bhandari ji, Honorable Justice Dalveer Bhandari ji. So there are 4 people: B.N. Rao, Honorable Justice B.N. Rao, Honorable Justice Nagjender Singh, Honorable Justice Raghunandan Sarup Pathak, Honorable Justice Dalveer Bhandari presently. Okay, so this is very important. Now moving on to the next one. The next question: Who was the first Indian Chief Justice in the International Court? So Honorable Justice Nagjender Singh. Okay, he's the first Chief Justice. Honorable Chief Justice to the International Court was Honorable Justice Nagjender Singh. Very important. Okay, now जनरल असेंबली की बात करते हैं. सो द प्लेस इज न्यूयॉर्क. ऑब्वियसली द हेड ऑफिस और द प्लेस इज हेडक्वार्टर इज इन न्यूयॉर्क. 193 members. Now the question: Who was the first woman chairperson to the General Assembly? So the first Indian woman chairperson to the General Assembly is the Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, the sister of the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Very important question. Okay, now we are talking about the Security Council. Members total 15, and 5 permanent and 10 non-permanent members. And non-permanent members time period is 2 years. For 2 years only, the members remain. The non-permanent members time period is for 2 years. Okay, and 5 are the permanent members. So who are the 5 members? So Britain, Russia, America, France, and China are the 5 permanent members, and they are also exercising their veto power. This is very important. 5 countries are exercising their veto power, but in the there are in future G4, that is Germany, Japan, India, and Brazil are permanent progress countries. In soon means they are under the consideration, and soon they could become the permanent member. So it is just a kind of analysis, and just a kind of as far as the country's development are seen and things are seen, they may become, but it is just a you can say simple thought, or just an analysis. Okay, so you just remember that only 5 permanent members till now: Britain, Russia, America, France, and China. It's just a suggestion point. G4 is just a suggestion point. Okay, till now India has been a non-permanent member of the Security Council for 8 times. First in 1950 to 51, and 8th time 2011 to 12, and in the 9th time it would be 2020 to 21. Okay, so India has been a non-permanent member of the Security Council for the 8 for 8 times. Okay, now the Economic and the Social Council, the members 54 हैं. To time period 3 years होता है. 1/3 members changes after 1 year. Very important. And meeting always in April, most probably in New York, and in July sometimes in Geneva. And now we talk about the Secretariat. Now Secretariat, see, the Chief Secretary of the Union, UNO, the Chief Secretary time period is 5 years. The first was Trygve from Norway. 8th was Ban Ki-moon, who is from South Korea. ठीक है, and was during the period 2007 and 2017. This is the very important, that is the 10 year, because he was elected 2 times. So Ban Ki-moon was the 8th, and he was there as a chief secretary of the UNO for a period of 10 years. Okay, 9th Antonio Guterres, presently 2017-21. The 9th is the Antonio Guterres. Very important, and totally we can say it's updated. Okay, secretary, chief secretary of the United Nations organization. Now that we are talking about the Trusteeship Council, the Trusteeship Council suspended its operation on 1 November 1994, a month after the independence of Palau, the last remaining UN trust territory. So with this, actually, we have covered the most of the part of the United Nations, and regarding the multiple choice question, so that we will do later on. Okay, in the another session. This was simply the detailed lecture on the UNO, which I had already explained to everyone. Okay, you can mention in the comment box if you find anything in addition, or any updated thing you can mention in the comment box. So with this, we have completed this lecture. Thanks for listening me, and okay, we will do the multiple choice questions later on in another lecture. Stay connected, take care, God bless to everyone.